Today wasn't even that tough. Like, it wasn't a tough day at work. I'm just like tired from the whole week. I'm so tired. I have leftover poke from my lunch. I shook it up so it looks kind of ugly right now. I'll probably eat this a little later. Probably not right now. I'll put it to this. And then I have this much tea left. And then I have soda. So that's what we got going for like all night nightmare. That's not the song playing. That's the last song I was listening to in the car. Trafficma. Yeah, dude. There's this thing called SantaCon going on in the city right now. And so there's like a bunch of people wearing like Santa costumes all over the place. And so they're obviously they had to drive there to they park and whatever, but they're driving there. So there's hella traffic. Hella traffic. I was so mad. Usually Saturdays are pretty chill. I have a year-long ear-destroying ad. One sec. I hear that if you run ads occasionally, then I don't get an ad right at the start. I don't know how to run ads. How do I do that? How do I do that? Oh, 60-second ad. Okay, never mind. I didn't know how to do it. Okay, I'm here for real now. Yeah, but there's this like thing called SantaCon going on where everyone's wearing Santa costumes and going to bars and stuff. And it just meant that there's hella traffic. There's hella cars trying to get to SantaCon, which is basically just like in the city. Like you can just go out bar hopping, and most places are like giving deals to people kind of dumb. Yeah, like they're like giving deals to people who are wearing Santa costumes. And so everyone was wearing Santa costumes, and it was driving me insane. It was kind of cool to look at because I was like looking at different people's outfits and stuff. Because everyone did it differently. But I think most activities are dumb though. Dang. You just don't like to have fun. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but that's how my evening went so far. Hopefully the rest of my evening is better. My frog onesie is on its way. It's out for delivery. I don't know when exactly it's gonna come. But I'm gonna be tracking it. I'm looking at it. Yeah, it just says out for oops, sorry. It says out for delivery. I want it now! So you know that 2003 GameCube game Billy Hatcher that I speedrun back in the day? Yeah, what about it? What about it? Well, I'm making tools which rewrite the binaries to make custom levels? Whoa, you're modding it, basically, kind of? Okay. I need to start studying. You can keep telling me your story, but I'm gonna first. It's actually much easier than I thought it would be. That's kind of cool. Do 50 questions. Okay, test. But I'm gonna be working on that and looking for a small bit. Okay, cool. No problem. I'm just gonna be studying anyway, so I hope you're okay with me saying them out loud. You can like lower the volume or something if I get too annoying. The abbreviation for the coding system used by physicians for patients seen in the ambulatory setting and for physician billing in hospitals is called CPS? Dang it, CPT. Current procedural terminology. Codes. Coding systems for physician billing. Sorry, I was lurking. Did you say coding? That's okay. I'm actually lurking now. Yeah, it actually is coding, but but I got it wrong. I got the first question wrong. That's great. Love that for us. CPT. Current procedural terminology. CPT also means certified phlebotomy technician. That's why I didn't choose that one. What the hell? When collecting a blood culture specimen directly from a butterfly into blood culture bottles, which should be filled first? Aerobic. The largest artery in the body is the aorta. Yeah. Platelet clumping on a blood smear made from an EDTA specimen indicates that the specimen has microclots in it, EDTA tube was contaminated, patient has a clotting disorder, or tube was incompletely filled. I think specimen has microclots in it. Yeah. Platelet clumping on a blood smear made from EDTA specimen indicates that the specimen has microclots in it. Specimens must be collected quickly to minimize the effects of platelet clumping and microclot formation. Which of the following additives is sometimes used to collect a blood culture specimen? I think it was CPD or ACD. Oh, it's SP. Okay, it's SPS. God damn it. I keep forgetting. Blood is sometimes collected in an intermediate collection tube rather than blood culture bottles. For yellow-top sodium polyanethyl sulfonate, SPS tube is acceptable for this purpose. Other anticoagulants are toxic to bacteria and are not recommended. Who supplies safety data sheet? OSHA compliance officers? Chemical manufacturers. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. The medical record number on the ID band matches the number on your requisition, but the patient's name is spelled differently than the one on your requisition. What should you do? Collect the specimen and report the error to the patient's nurse. Do not collect the specimen until the difference is resolved. Draw the specimen because the medical record number matches, or make the correction on the requisition and draw the specimen. I say do not collect the specimen until the difference is resolved. Yes. Any discrepancy in the patient's name, date of birth, or medical record number between the requisition and the patient's ID band should be addressed and resolved before a specimen is collected. How much diluted antigen is injected when a PPD test is performed? I'm gonna say 0.1 ml because that's how much it looked like they injected into my arm when they did a PPD test. Yeah. Personal experience here. I had to do a TB test. A PPD and a TB test are both the same thing. It did look like 0.1 mLs. Suspected pregnancy is typically confirmed by testing urine for the presence of HCG? Yeah, this is the pregnancy hormone. HCG, pregnancy. Okay, I remember that. Pregnancy can be confirmed by testing urine for the presence of human chorionic gonadotropin, a hormone produced by cells within a developing placenta. This hormone appears in serum and urine approximately 8 to 10 days after conception or fertilization. The following tests have all been ordered at the same time on different patients. There's only one phlebotomist on duty. Which test should the phlebotomist collect first? Stat electrolytes in the ER. Stat! If only one of them is stat, you do that one. Which of the following would be a pre-analytical error related to specimen storage? Exposure to light, probably. Faulty technique, inadequate fast, or underfitted filled tube. I think exposure to light. Okay, which of the following is confidential and unique to a single computer user? Password? Yeah. What is the best angle to use for needle insertion during routine venipuncture? 30 degrees or less. Why are gauze pads a better choice than cotton balls for covering the site and holding pressure following venipuncture? Cotton balls are not very absorbent. Cotton ball fibers can stick to the site. Gauze pads are a more sterile choice, or gauze pads deliver more pressure. I think it's gauze. Cotton ball fibers can stick to the site, which is true. Which test requires the patient's age in calculating result? I don't know. I'm thinking creatinine kinase, but I might be wrong. Creatinine clearance! I was close. Some physiological functions, such as kidney function, normally decrease with age. Creatinine is removed or cleared from the blood plasma by the kidneys. The amount removed is measured by the creatinine clearance test. Because kidney function declines with age, the patient's age must be known when calculating the results of the creatinine clearance test. Diagnostic tests of the digestive system include I don't think it's serotonin. It might be glucagon. Damn it! Damn it. Amylase and lipase are tests for digestive enzymes produced by the pancreas. Calcium and uric acid are a skeletal system test. Cortisol and glucagon are endocrine system tests. Damn it. Dilantin and serotonin are nervous system tests. Neutropenic isolation is a type of reverse isolation used for patients with a low white blood cell count. Yeah, neutropenic. Using my brain cells, dude. Class C fires involve in electrical equipment. Which of the following is a coagulation test? Hemogram? Pro time! God damn it. Coagulation test. God damn it. Okay. HBV in dried blood on work surfaces, equipment, telephones, and other objects can survive up to 3 days. 7 days, goddamn. Which of one of the following diseases involves a blood-borne pathogen? Hepatitis B. Which urine specimen is normally the most concentrated? First morning. Which phrase best describes a word root? Damn nerd. I want to pass this test. I want to pass this test so bad. I want to. But I keep getting like 70%. And that's not good. I have to have 72% in order to pass. I'm like sometimes passing and sometimes not passing. But also, the understandable, dude, I'm like hella, I'm stressed. I'm gonna kill myself if I don't pass this test. I want this so bad. You don't even understand. You don't understand how bad I want this. But it's gonna be okay. If I don't pass, I retake it in a month. More than your boo thing. He's part of the motivation. He's part of the motivation. Because he wants me to do well. And he's been rooting for me this whole time. If I don't get it, then I disappoint him. That's just how it is. But it's gonna be okay. I have to keep telling myself that. It's gonna be okay. Which ABG specimen is most likely to be rejected for testing? A specimen drawn in a heparinized syringe, a specimen maintained at 37 degrees Celsius until tested, a specimen that is dark red, bluish red in color, or a specimen that was capped before mixing. Either one of these two. Damn it! I keep doing that. I keep being like, oh, it's one of these two, and then I choose the wrong one. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. My gut is not helping me. Respectable. Don't you dare disappoint that man. I won't. Dude, I'm excited for you guys to meet him. It's gonna be great. I want you guys to meet him so bad. Like, you don't understand. You have a date tomorrow? With who? With who? I'm excited for you. I want you guys to meet the cute girl from my office so bad. We can't! We cannot! We can't meet him. Her, I mean. I've been talking with this girl and I met up with them during Arm & Hammer. Oh man, I'm kind of sad that I missed out on Arm & Hammer, but I'm like broke right now. I need to focus on Christmas stuff and also the countdown and all that. Only problem with that is that she's in Georgia and she's also not like close enough friends to present her to people. Ah, dang. You'll get there, you'll get there. We've been texting daily since then. Ah! Eee, that's exciting! Groupon and Snapchat. Exciting! I'm excited for you. I hope it goes well. I hope you have fun. Eee. True or false? A person who lives on Pike Peak is more likely to have a higher red blood cell count than a person who lives in Florida. True. Which statement explains diversity awareness? Acknowledging a patient's beliefs, customs, knowledge, and attitudes, asking a patient to wait until after lunch to have a laboratory test performed, telling a patient about classes to learn English at the local high school, asking someone else to draw a patient's blood because the patient does not speak English. I think acknowledging a patient's beliefs, customs, knowledge, and attitudes. I've never met a girl at a rave. You should try it sometime. It's kind of fun. She did end up coming over that night too. Did anything happen? The first thing to do in the event of electrical shock to a coworker or patient is to shut off the electricity source. Don't worry guys, I'm smart. Brennan Jordan. Oh, that's what they were talking about? She's loud? Uh-oh. You gotta learn how to shut the fuck up sometimes. Just bite on your finger. That was her being considerate too. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. That was all funny. That was her being considerate. What would she be like if she was going all out? What the hell? God damn, she has no shame. Drawing a patient's blood without his or her permission can result in a charge of assault and battery. A patient is experiencing myalgia. What does the suffix of this term mean? Yeah. Pain! Ah, god damn it. I don't remember. Can't wait for a different day where you don't have other gamers in the house with you, SMH. That's actually such an asshole move, not gonna lie. Being loud? I mean... Can't wait for a different... Oh, yeah. Let it wait until you don't have other people in the house. But also, like, they're always there. Aren't they? They're, like, always there. They live there. But I guess you're saying, like, maybe during the day, while, like, both of them are out of the house, then you can, like, do your thing. But I guess sometimes a guy's gotta do what a guy's gotta do. And a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do as well. But also, yeah, it is kind of it's kind of rude. I thought it was that thing where everyone got a bed and breakfast together. Oh no, nah. They all just went home because like three of the people in our group live together, which would be rude. So they're just like around each other all the time. they're it's like a running joke at this point. If it's houses, then I don't know, not much to be done. Yeah, you just kind of have to live with it. Like I had remember when I lived in that house. I don't know if you were back then. I lived in a house with 4 other people, and I just rented a room. And the one who was above me would sometimes, like, I could hear the furniture moving. So, you know, they did not wait for the house to be empty. That's because there was 4 of us, so it's kind of hard to like have 4 people out of the house at the same time, randomly. I don't know. Which test was commonly ordered for a geriatric patient to test for inflammation? Not CBC, I don't think. I'm thinking either ESR or SPP. I'm gonna guess ESR. Yes, okay. An ESR test is commonly ordered for geriatric patient to test for inflammation. A SPEP test is used to identify protein or immune globulin disorders that lead to nerve damage. A CBC determines hemoglobin levels and detects infection and identifies blood disorders. An ANA test is used to diagnose lupus or rheumatoid arthritis. Interesting. The proper angle of needle insertion for drawing femoral artery blood gas is 90 degrees. You go perpendicular to the leg. Because the femoral artery is like inside your thigh, basically, like on the inner part of your thigh. And you just go in like you're not going like, or anything like that, you're just going right in there. What? I forgot what we were talking about for a second. I'm talking to James right now, and I forgot what we were talking about, and the thing he said was very strange out of context. Isn't that the bitch that if it gets cut, you're fucked? Yeah, I mean, most arteries, if it gets cut, you're pretty fucked, but like, the femoral artery is like somewhere around here. But we're not, like, with me getting my license, I won't be allowed to poke that. I have to get a further, like, a CPT2 license in order to poke artery. But I don't need to do that. I'm not going for that. I'm going for lab work, which I need phlebotomy experience for. Sorry, 1 second. Can't find the emoji. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, done. 90 degrees. Which of the following is a normal blood pressure reading? I think 80 over 120? Or 100 over 120? I think 100 over 120. Wait. Systolic and diastolic. I think the diastolic has to be smaller. Yeah. I think this one. Yes. Ha ha ha! Yay! Okay. Civil actions involve legal proceedings between private parties, offenses that can lead to imprisonment, regulations established by governments, or violent crimes against the state or nation. God, my phone's going off a lot. I should probably just mute the group chat because it's driving my... I'm just gonna take this off. It's driving my wrist crazy. I don't... The legal questions that fuck me up, dude. Civil actions involve legal proceedings between private parties. Offenses that can lead to imprisonment. Regulations established by governments. Or violent crimes against the state or nation. I think it's either legal proceedings between private parties or regulations established by governments. Damn it! Why? Look at me! I'm a fucking idiot. Why do I keep doing this? Guessing the wrong one, even though I was guessing between the two. I didn't think they were private parties. Ugh. Fuck me. Arterialized means arterial content has been increased. Composition is the same as arterial. Oxygen levels equal arterial levels, or venous blood flow has increased. I think it's arterial content has been increased. Yes. Processing specimens requires various types of protection, but this PPE is unnecessary. Covers for footwear, disposable gloves, fluid-resistant apron, or protective goggles. I think covers for footwear? Yeah. Which of the following would comply with the NPSG for preventing infection? Get important critical test and diagnostic procedure results to the right staff person on time. Use at least 2 ways to identify patients when providing laboratory services. Use current hand hygiene guidelines from the CDC or the WHO. Or ensure accuracy, consistency, and reliability of patient test results. I think the only one that regards preventing infection is this one. Okay. Heparin prevents blood from clotting by binding calcium or inhibiting thrombin. It's one of these two. Inhibiting thrombin. Yes! Heparin inhibits thrombin. I think EDTA binds calcium. Which of the following laboratory tests is associated with the skeletal system? Between creatinine kinase and lactic dehydrogenase. Damn it, it was alkaline phosphatase. Alkaline phosphatase is an enzyme that functions in the mineralization of bone. Creatinine kinase and lactic dehydrogenase are muscular system tests. Okay. Cholinesterase is a nervous system test. These words are hard to say. 2 phlebotomists are discussing a patient's condition in the elevator. They are overheard by the patient's daughter. This is an example of failure to exercise due care, improper or unskilled care, invasion of privacy, or res ipsa loquitur. That means, oh shit, what is it? What's the phrase that it means? The thing speaks for itself. So it's not that. I think it's invasion of privacy. Which of the following would be considered a healthcare-associated infection? A catheter site of an ICU patient becomes infected. A child breaks out with measles on admission day. A healthcare worker comes down with hepatitis B. Or a patient is admitted with hantavirus infection. I think it's a catheter site of an ICU patient becomes infected. Yes, because that definitely happened in the hospital. The word root of the term oncologist means humor? Yes. Onc, or I forgot what the whole word root is, but the onc part is humor. After making a blood smear, blow on it until dry, let it dry naturally, place it in alcohol, or wave it until dry. Let it dry naturally. True or false? A patient who is lactose intolerant will have a normal glucose curve after ingesting a dose of lactose. False. Intolerant will have a flat glucose curve. Which group practice is prepaid, negotiated, and discounted on the basis of admission? HMO? Yeah, dude. I don't know how I know that. HMOs are group practices reimbursed on a prepaid, negotiated, and discounted basis of admission. I think the prepaid part was the part that like tipped me off. I remember that from like my own work's insurance stuff. The antecubital fossa is located anterior and distal to the elbow, anterior and distal to the wrist, posterior and proximal to the elbow, and posterior and proximal to the wrist. Between posterior and proximal to the elbow and anterior and distal to the elbow. I think it's distal to the elbow. Yes. Haha. The proper ratio of blood to anticoagulant in a light blue top tube is 1 to 10. Or 1 to 9? 1 to 10. 9 to 1? What the heck? What if you chose this one? Oh, it's anticoagulant. Blood to anticoagulant. I should have realized that. I'm stupid. Okay. Oh my god. Read carefully. Read carefully. The coagulation process plays a role in hemostasis. This type of specimen is sometimes used to compare urine concentrations of glucose and ketones to blood concentration. Double-voided. A double-voided specimen is collected to compare the urine concentration of an analyte to its concentration in the blood. It is most commonly used to test urine for glucose and ketones. Fresh double-voided specimen is thought to be more accurately reflect the blood concentration of an analyte than a specimen that has been held in the bladder for some time. Which of the following is a common arterial puncture complication even when proper procedure is used? Hematoma. And arteriospasm is a reflex constriction of the artery which can occur even when proper technique is used. It's caused by patient anxiety, pain during the procedure, or irritation caused by the needle penetration of the artery muscle. And although this common complication is transitory, it may make it difficult to obtain a specimen. Hematoma, thrombus, clot formation, and infection are less common. Complications are often the result of improper technique. Okay. We did bad. I don't think we did good on this one. Skipped? I skipped some. What the heck? I must have pressed next too many times. Okay, well we got 70%. We could have did better, possibly, but that's fine. We can do better. We can do better. Okay, I am including some of the questions that I've gotten wrong before. Which of the following substances is secreted by the islets of Langerhans? Cortisol. Glucagon. God damn it. They're located in the pancreas and are part of the endocrine system. They secrete insulin and glucagon. Insulin reduces blood glucose levels by helping move glucose into the cells. Glucagon increases blood glucose levels by stimulating the liver to release glucose into the bloodstream. Adrenaline and cortisol are secreted by the adrenal glands. Estrogen is secreted by the reproductive system. A patient is asked to provide a sputum specimen at 10 a.m. What should the patient do so that this specimen can be used? Sputum is like the phlegm. So I think it's cough forcibly after taking 3 or 4 slow deep breaths. I don't think it's either of these two. Okay, cool. The department that analyzes arterial blood gases and tests lung capacity is... I want to say respiratory therapy just because of the test lung capacity. Yay! Which of the following are normally the most numerous of the formed elements? Red blood cells. Which of the following are examples of antiseptics used in the blood collection? Povidone iodine? All of these? I didn't know you could use hydrogen peroxide. Yeah, that's weird. I don't like that. All the following blood vessels are part of the systemic circulation except pulmonary vein? Yeah, that's not just part of the pulmonary circulation system. Yes. Vascular access pathway that is surgically created to provide access for dialysis is an AV shunt. Yes. Computer verification of test orders is best described as a process that allows a user to access the system to view the patient's diagnosis, confirm that the test was ordered by a physician, establish that the appropriate test was ordered, or modify, delete, or accept test orders after review of data. I think maybe establish the appropriate test was ordered? Computer verification of test orders. That makes sense. What? Modify, delete, and accept. I'm angry. Temperature and humidity control in a laboratory is important because it ensures that the test results will be normal, maintains the integrity of specimens, prevents hemolysis of the specimens, or reduces any interference from drugs. What? Maintains the integrity of specimens, I guess? Yes. Okay, cool. It is important to fill anticoagulant tubes until the vacuum is exhausted to ensure that there is a proper blood to additive ratio, enough blood to perform the test, minimal tissue fluid contamination, or proper clotting of the specimen. I think it is proper blood to additive ratio. VIA laboratories that perform high complexity testing are funded by the federal government, are subject to routine inspections, must hire PhDs as the supervisors, or must renew their certificate as analysts. I think it's subject to routine inspection. Yes, I think I got this one wrong before. So we just got this question again. Lancets specifically designed for heel puncture reduce the risk of accidental puncture of the calcaneus, bacterial contamination of the site, excess tissue fluid in the specimen, or an inadvertent puncture of the arteriole. I think accidental puncture of the calcaneus. Yes. When a non-additive specimen is spun in a centrifuge, the substance that comes to the top is non-additive specimen. Plasma? Serum? It's actually still serum? Non-additive will... Oh, it will eventually clot. Okay. If it clots, then it's serum. If it does not clot, then it's plasma. And a non-additive tube will eventually clot. I have to remember that. Identify the portion of the specimen indicated by arrow 2 in the diagram. Puffy coat? Yeah. Hello, Apple Avocado. I am doing some practice tests. How are you doing? Which test is used to screen employees for tuberculosis? Sputum sample? I thought this was a fucking like a trick question, like a trick answer. How about you? I'm like exhausted. I'm so exhausted. Looking for studying buddy? Well, I'm studying. You can also study with me. Like, I'm not doing very well. But the more I practice, the better I'll get. Finals? I know. I have my certification exam coming up that I'm studying for. I'm so nervous about it. Placing a patient's arm as abducted means the arm is out to the side away from the body. True? Yes. Which of the following can be both word root and a prefix? Ether? Yes. The longest vein in the body is, I think it's the... Is it the Great Saphenous? Yeah. Will you quit your current job to do a new job for this? Yes, I will. I'm gonna start... If I get my certification, then I'll probably start job searching in January. That's the plan. And then once I get a new job, I will move. I'm so glad my classes didn't give us a final exam. Must be nice. Must be nice. Which of the following is a short term for neutrophils? I don't know. Monos? Polys. Morphonuclear. Which means they have a nucleus that has several lobes connected by thin strands. Another term for this type of nucleus is segmented. Consequently, neutrophils are often called polys. EMNs, or segs for short. I did not know that. Which of the following is a quality or process improvement tool for RCA? Strives to make every employee a problem solver so they can develop action plans that improve, simplify, and redesign work processes. Monitors a process to minimize or eliminate waste. Ask the question, what would be the outcome if it did? Formalized investigation and problem-solving approach used after an event or problem has occurred. I'm thinking either this one or this one. I'm gonna guess. Ah, shit. Damn it, dude, bitch. Why do I do this? Why no final? Yeah, why don't you have a final? What the heck? Hematopoiesis is a function of this body system. Endocrine? Skeletal. Also called hemopoiesis. Hematopoiesis, also called hemopoiesis, is the production and development of the formed element. Oh, okay. That happens in your bones. Bone marrow. Okay. Which specimen tubes must contain 9:1 ratio of blood to anticoagulant to be accepted for testing? Coagulation? Yes. I don't know, it was all just finishing up presentations, etc. Oh, ew, I hate presentations. An illicit drug is any drug that is abused and becomes addictive, one that is not manufactured in this country, prescription drug used without authorization, or a synthetic type of barbiturate, or an opiate. I think any drug that is abused and becomes addictive. Damn it! Synthetic type of... God damn it. The term distal means farthest from a point of attachment, higher or above, nearest the center of the body, or towards the back. I think it's distal. The abbreviation for the virus that causes acquired immune deficiency syndrome is HCV. HBV? HIV. Bitch, I'm so stupid. I didn't even read that one. I didn't even fucking read that one. I have to read all of them. For which type of managed care plan is a primary care physician considered the patient's gatekeeper? PPO? It's either PPO or HMO. PPO. HMO! God damn it! See, look at me. I'm stupid. Watch me be stupid. The period within which an injured party may file a lawsuit is known as... Statute of limitations? Yeah! I think I got that one wrong last time. Before. Problem. Okay, which is considered aseptic technique? Hanging a mask around the neck between uses, keeping phlebotomy supplies within easy reach, removing your respirator before exiting isolation, or letting blood spills dry before cleaning them up. Damn it! Fuck my life, man. I'm getting so many wrong. A singular form of atria is atrium. Which of the following is found in a procedure manual? Description of QC checks for equipment used, instruction for reporting errors in specimen handling, listing of all revision dates for the procedure. Oh, I think it's this one. Yes. This test detects occult blood. React? Yes. Oh my god. I'm stressed. Which classes of Which class of fire occurs with combustible metals? That's class D. The headspace in an evacuated tube is a consistent amount of airspace left when the tube is filled properly. Due to premature depletion of the tube vacuum when the vein is missed, room left in the tube if the tube is not completely filled to the stated volume, or space inside the colored tube stopper that should not touch the blood. I think it's a consistent amount of airspace left when the tube is filled properly. Yes. Which class of fire occurs with flammable liquids? That's class B. When performing a GTT, the timing should begin as soon as the patient finishes the drink, 1.5 hours after the drink is finished, right after the patient arrives in the lab, or when the fasting specimen is collected. I think as soon as the patient finishes the drink. Which of the following steps are in the right order for the venipuncture procedure? Clean the site, prepare equipment, sanitize hands, apply tourniquet. Sanitize hands, put on gloves, select the vein, release tourniquet. Fix the site, apply tourniquet, prepare equipment, clean the site. Select the vein, clean the site, position the patient, put on gloves. No. Okay, so it's not this one. Select the site. No. That would not happen. Sanitize hands, put on gloves, select the vein, release the tourniquet. Clean the site, prepare equipment, sanitize hands. I think it's this one. Yes. Doing something that a reasonable and prudent person would not do, or failing to do something that a reasonable and prudent person would do is negligence. God, I read that really weird. Sorry. If a patient is complaining of a sharp radiating pain from the needle insertion site, the phlebotomist should hurry and finish the draw. False. You should terminate the draw completely. Okay. Which of the following ancient bloodletting instruments has a counterpart in modern day bleeding device? Phleem. Yes. When analyzing medical terminology, which approach should be used? Identify the meaning for classification. Figure out the anatomical location. Identify the prefix first, identify the root first. I think it's prefix first. Oh, damn it. Meaning before classification. What do you mean what's the classification? What are you talking about? It's more important to be able to identify the meaning of a word element than to identify its classification. Okay. Which specimen is ideal for most urine tests? Random. 8 hour. Okay. Well, didn't know that. Most of the time they just get a random one. You don't need first warning. True or false? Mononucleosis test is used for lymphatic system disorders. I'm just gonna say true, because I don't know. Okay, cool. Mononucleosis test is used for lymphatic system disorders. Which blood specimen additive can inhibit the metabolism of glucose by the cells? I want to say heparin. NAF. Substance that prevents glycolysis, the breakdown or metabolism of glucose by blood cells is called a glycolytic inhibitor or an anti-glycolytic agent. The most common anti-glycolytic agent is sodium fluoride, NAF. It preserves glucose for up to 3 days and also inhibits the growth of bacteria. Which of the following tests may require a 72-hour stool specimen? Fecal fat analysis? Yes. I knew it wasn't any of these three. Which of the following patients would be considered to be in a steady state for ABG specimen collection? A patient who has been asleep for 30 minutes while breathing room air, a patient who has been breathing oxygen while finishing eating lunch, a patient who has been breathing via a ventilator for the past 15 minutes, or a patient who has just finished treatment with this respiratory therapist. Either this one or this one. I think it's this one though. Yes. Okay, cool. According to CLSI standards, which tube is filled last when using a syringe? EDTA? I want to say yes. Okay, which test requires the patient's age when in calculating results? Oh, creatinine clearance. The term third-party payer is used to describe health insurance plans. Yes. Which of the following tests requires only 3 to 4 inversions of the collection tube? I don't know. I'm just gonna guess, I guess. I don't know. So, PTT. All additives except sodium citrate require from 5 to 10 inversions depending on manufacturer instructions. Sodium citrate tubes are used to collect PT and PTT tests and I require only 3 to 4 inversions. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Which of the following is least likely to contaminate a PKU test? Neglecting to discard the first blood drop. Touching the inside of a filter paper circle. Stacking specimen slips while wet or dry. Using isopropyl alcohol to clean the site. I think using isopropyl alcohol to clean the site? Yes. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. We did so bad. 68, dude. We're getting worse. I'm like tired, dude. I'm exhausted. I said yesterday that I was exhausted, but I'm fucking exhausted today. Yesterday's work day was like extreme. Today wasn't so bad. I'm just fucking tired. I don't get it. Excuse me. Oh my god. Excuse me. Delivered! Hold on. I need to see if my my onesie got here. I'll be right back. I got it! I got it! Hello, everybody. Hello. He's going to obtain the frog. Guys. Oh my god, it's like hard. How did they pack this? It's like, I think it's like airtight. My toothless onesie came in, but I don't really like how it looked though. Oh no, hard. Yeah, it's like hard. I don't like it. Yeah, it's like vacuum sealed. Is that Persona 3 Collector's Edition? No. It's my frog onesie, silly. Look at it. Okay, I'm gonna release it. Releasing you from your prison. I'm like smelling it. I can feel it. Oh my god, you can see the face. Hold on. Professor Layton Collector's Edition? True. Here it is. Sweet, it looks good. Okay, it's like soft. I like it. I mean, it's kind of wrinkled because it's how it's packaged, but it's okay, I think. Yeah! Hold on, I want to put it on. Yeah, I'll be back. I think I look great. Hold on, I don't even have my headphones. It's okay, I won't wear them. Yo. I think I look good as heck. Gotta get my bangs. I feel complete. You can't tell me I don't look good. Because it's not true. I look fucking good, dude. What more can you want in life? Nothing. You can't want anything else. Am I in this right category? Yeah. Yeah, we are. Pinnacle of sexy lingerie. Perfect rave attire. I feel like I'll look even better with makeup on. That's like a whole different thing. I like this thing. Like nice. So I can tuck things in. Dude, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna be so comfortable. What the heck are these? Wait a minute. Where's my scarf? It's supposed to come with a scarf. Did I drop it or something? I don't think so. Aw, man. I don't have a scarf. It's supposed to have a red scarf that goes around the neck. But I guess I didn't get it. Oh well, I'm just a scarf. It's got these like two loop things here. I don't know what they're for. Probably the scarf. I don't remember a red scarf when you ordered it. Let me... This one. supposed to come with the scarf. Oh well, I don't care. I feel good. I feel silly. But like in a good way. They're like round. The eyes. They're not just like these like, you know, like flaps. They're like round. You know, like they're like 3D. I don't like it. Feel comfy. I feel like I can dance. This is great. I feel like complete. I don't need anything else. I just need. I'm like testing how far I can spread my legs. Pretty far. Pretty good. Because it's got like a drop crotch. I kind of like it. Wait a minute. Wait just a darn second. It has pockets! Yo! It has pockets! I was like, what are these like extra like... And then... ah. Dude, I can like, they're big pockets too. I can like put my phone in here. Yeah. Oh my god, I feel good. I feel so good right now. You don't understand. I can like hold people's stuff. It'd be great. I was gonna wear like clothes underneath to like have pockets and stuff, but like this already has pockets. I need it. I can be commando in here if I wanted to. But I'm not going to. This is great. I don't know what kind of music is playing right now, but I hope it's good. Phone app. Oh my god. So happy. And they're like discreet too. You look rather frog-like. That's great. That's what I was going for. And then I can just like put it down too. And the inside of it's like red, like a frog mouth. Clever. What more do I need? Maybe I'll do better on the test while we're not the actual test, like I'm not gonna but I mean like practicing. What? Is the stream okay? It just did a weird thing. I don't know. Who knows these days? It's important that practice is as realistic as possible, so you should be a frog when you take the exam. No. Nothing. Dude, I'm so excited about the pockets. It's like, that made my day. That made me so happy. How did I skip some? Oh, not. Never mind. Hey, we're doing worse. We gotta do better. Pudding. Okay, if hands are heavily contaminated with organic material and a sink is not available, the phlebotomist should clean them with detergent containing wipes followed by a sanitizer. True or false? The composition of venous blood varies relative to the metabolic needs of the areas of the body it serves. I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, it is. Okay. Civil actions involved. Legal proceedings between private parties. Okay. Which blood specimen additive can inhibit the metabolism of glucose by the cells? NAF? Links or components in the chain of infection include an exit pathway or reservoir, a susceptible host, or all the choices. Yes, all the choices. A separator gel prevents glycolysis after the specimen has been centrifuged. As soon as the specimen is collected, in tubes these are serum samples only while the specimen is transmitted. I'm gonna say this one. Yes. The medical term for white blood cell is leukocyte? Yes. You must collect a pro-time specimen from a patient with IVs in both arms. The best place to collect the specimen is below one of the IVs. Which test requires the collection of multiple specimens? Glucose tolerance test? Yes. Who supplies safety data sheets? Chemical manufacturers. When analyzing medical terminology, which approach should be used? We got this question earlier. What did the Needle Stick Safety and Prevention Act direct OSHA to include when revising the BBBP standard? Asking for community input on safety devices, changing the definition of work practice control, having exposure control plans updated monthly, or a requirement to maintain a sharps injury log. Yes. The requirement to maintain a sharps injury log. Which of the following should be removed from a list of drugs of abuse? Phenobarbital. On an electrocardiogram, which wave represents the activity of the ventricles? I think it's T. QRS and T. I don't actually know the answer. QRS and T. Which specimen would most likely be rejected for testing? Hemolyzed potassium specimen, 800 specimen drawn at 815, bilirubin specimen that is icteric, non-fasting glucose specimen. I think a hemolyzed potassium specimen? Yes. A disorder in which the pancreas is unable to produce insulin is type 2 diabetes? I don't remember. Type 1 diabetes. Okay. Pancreas is unable to produce insulin. Acidosis can result from high carbon dioxide levels, increased blood pH levels, increased rate of respiration, or prolonged hyperventilation. Dang it. High carbon dioxide levels. Okay. Did not know that. A hematologist is a specialist in the branch of medicine that deals with blood disorders. Yes. What is the most critical error a phlebotomist can make? collect a timed specimen late, fail to obtain the desired specimen, misidentify the patient's specimen, or unknowingly give a patient a bruise. Misidentify the patient's specimen. It is unnecessary to protect this specimen from light. Not vitamin C, not bilirubin. I think ammonia? Yes. I'm getting better, okay. Which of the following actions will compromise the quality of the specimen? Drawing a BUN in an amber serum tube, mixing an SST by inverting it 5 times, only partially filling in liquid EDTA tube, or transferring cryofibrinogen at 37. I'm gonna say this one. Cryo, I think, means cold. Dang it. Partially filling in a liquid EDTA tube. Okay, well, fuck you. Which of the following is an abbreviation used for a vascular system test? ADH? DIC. God damn it. I knew it wasn't CSF or RPR, so I yet again guessed the wrong one out of 2. Systolic pressure measures pressure in the arteries during contraction. I think it's arterial contraction. Ventricular contraction. Oh my god. Which fluid is obtained by lumbar puncture? Cerebrospinal. Saliva tests can identify recent use of drugs. Patient preparation, specimen collection procedures, and specimen handling are factors associated with pre-analytical quality assurance. I think it's pre-analytical. According to CLSI, the maximum time limit for separating serum or plasma from cells is, I think it's 30 minutes from the time of collection. 2 hours? Goddamn. Okay. A lot of time. I think I've had that question too. Hepatitis is a disorder that primarily affects the... I think it's either kidneys or liver. I think it's liver. Yes. How would cryofibrinogen specimen be transported? A heat block? Yes. A type of line commonly used to monitor blood pressure and collect blood gas specimens is CVC? E-line? E-line or CVC? Hold on, I want to take a picture of my frog costume. Not costume, but like. Okay, we'll be right back. I took a funny picture. wanna see the picture I took? Take it with the 0.5 camera. Can I hear it through? Not, I can, but like, not really. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm gonna guess CBC. Ah, fuck! Hold on. My camera's like... There. Now I am not blurry. My plan has worked. James might be wearing his chicken one. I feel so good in this. What are y'all doing? Me right now? I'm practicing tests, but also I'm getting distracted. An anesthetic used during a radial ABG puncture wears off in how many minutes? Oh, I don't know. 5 to 10? 15 to 20? God damn. I'm out right now with my confidants. Ooh, how's that going? Who's your favorite confidant? Which of the following would be considered a normal erythrocyte count? Oh shit, I have no idea. By the way, did you know Red Lobster has the all-you-can-eat shrimp? So this shit slaps. That's a lot of shrimp. I'd get a tummy ache. After this round of questions, I'm probably gonna eat something. I have some leftover poke. Dude, me and James might end up matching both days. That's what it seems like is happening right now. James is so bold. A minute. I don't know the answer to this one. I'm gonna guess this one. Damn it. Oh, that's a little bit. 4.5 million. Dang. This gel separator tube contains EDTA. EST or PST? PST? PPT. Whoa, I didn't know that. Get the cloud sunglasses. Which additive can be found in 4 separate tubes with different stopper colors? Potassium oxalate? EDTA? What the heck? Oh. I misread the question. I'm stupid. Which of the following is a role of the Joint Commission? Accreditation of healthcare facilities, development of APP exposure plans, enforcement of safety requirements, or prevention of work-related injuries? I think it's accreditation of healthcare facilities. Yes. Tests influenced by diurnal variation are often ordered as timed tests, and it's important to collect them as close as possible to the time ordered. Yes. The most frequently occurring laboratory-required infection is caused by HCV. What? I thought it was HC. I got this question wrong. Laboratory-acquired infection. Oh my god. I literally thought I guessed HBV on the other one and I got it wrong. Oh my god, I'm confused. Good thing this is a practice test. I know. Most exposures to HIV in healthcare settings are the result of accidental needle sticks. Cracked my arm. The first tube of cerebral spinal fluid is collected is typically used for I don't think it's microbiology. I think maybe it's counting the cells. Oh, chemistry studies. Okay. First tube is used for chemistry and immunology tests. The second tube is for microbiology studies. The third for cell counts. The fourth tube is collected is used cytology or other special tests. Okay. This is permanent computer memory that instructs the computer to carry out user-requested operations. Wrong. Okay. In using a cell salvaging procedure during surgery, before the patient's blood can be reinfused, it must be evaluated for free hemoglobin. Which test typically has the shortest TAT if performed by POCT? Turnaround time? Oh. GTT? BUN? Okay, dang. Okay. Hello? Okay. Which is another name for blood bank? Immunohematology or serology? Immunohematology? Yes. He wants me to bring my silly little shades, which I think are right here. Oh hell yeah. I forgot how cool these were. I think it looks better down here. And with makeup. I think sunglasses in general look better on me with makeup. But I also don't like wearing them with makeup because pile of things to bring. Because I forgot what I was gonna say. Which of the following is a quality process improvement tool for RCA? This one? Yes. Formalized investigation and problem-solving approach used for after an event or problem has occurred. Music's really loud, chef? Oh shit. Oh yeah, you're kinda right. I'm literally trying to read your lips. Oh, I'm sorry. Ah! Ah! You just thought of something. It's a good idea. Okay. What the heck? Why am I clicked the wrong one. There we go. Which department would perform a hemogram? Blood bank or hematology? Hematology. Yes. The tunica adventitia is the... What's the difference between these two? Middle. Damn it! I should have went with my gut. I said externalator and then I fucking changed my mind. Which statement is a confirming response to a patient? I don't know what you mean. I have no idea how long it'll take. I understand how you must be feeling. I don't understand schedule. Which laboratory department performs tests to identify abnormalities of the blood and blood-forming tissue? Hematology. Which of the following is the medical term for finger bone? Failing. This test is used to monitor Coumarin therapy. I think DSE. Oh, PT. Oh, yeah. Coumarin. Oh my god. Admit, we did terrible. I already know. 64? I'm getting worse, dude. Look at my trend. Like, this is the newest one. This is the oldest one. I'm getting worse. I think I'm getting tired. Or stupider. I should probably eat something. Okay, we're gonna take a break. I've been going at this for an hour and a half. Let's see. Let us see. Do I need something to watch? Bring a backpack. Okay, so sorry for paying attention to you. I'm right here, dude. Let me open this up a little. I have my hair out. You think I can sit cross-legged in this? I can. Just barely. Trying to pull myself closer.
Hey folks, my name is Adam and I like to make tiny nerdy things, and this is a man, and this is a horse, but when you combine the two,
He's gonna make a centaur, but like backwards.
you're left with a beautiful, magical, majestic, awe-inspiring centaur. Whenever I start a project, I like to have a little look around on the internet to see what other people have done so I can get a little inspiration and potentially steal someone else's ideas to pass off as my own. And while there isn't a great deal of reverse centaur artwork out there, I did find this picture right here and it really spoke to me.
Do it. Start a fire. Burn it all.
And thus, the reverse centaur was born. Now, the first step, of course, is building the bones of my backwards horseman, which mostly involves cutting a couple strips of wire to size. Guess
This is gonna be epic.
Because I've already forgotten that sheet of paper behind my hands with the exact length drawn on top. I'll then wind the wire on and through itself until we've traveled back in time to the summer of 2020 and get stick-bugged. Then I can bend the bottoms forward for future feet and start building up the bulk of the body with aluminium foil. By building up the body with foil, it'll reduce the amount of clay I need to use, thus ensuring I'm not spending a fortune making a three-dimensional meme. Otherwise, once I've got enough of the body covered, I can start to add the pale, fleshy, flesh-toned clay on top. The goal at this point isn't anatomical accuracy, but rather it's just to get the majority of the metally bits covered with something. Clay doesn't adhere super well to the smooth armature wire, so I've wound more wire around the original bony bits to help give the clay
I'm
something
speed
else to
eating.
hold on
I'm like trying to eat as fast as I
Once all the wires have
can.
been covered, I can begin thickening up the sections and building out the baseline musculature.
But using
and body
chopsticks
composition.
it makes it hard
Mostly
to
this
eat
just
fast.
involves making sure he's
Dummy thick.
Unfortunately, or I guess depending on what your kink is, pants are going to be one of the last things I add, so you're going to have to look at this double-cheeked monstrosity for some time. If it makes you feel any better though, this is roughly 30 hours of work that I've boiled down into a syrupy 15-minute video. So in the grand scheme of things, you'll barely have any emotional scarring by the end. I, on the other hand, I like to build up my bodies in layers, adding clay here and there until I've got the right proportions, at which point I'll finally start to carve the detail in as sort of the final step. Now, given that the majority of my models are horribly proportioned and borderline nightmare fuel, I don't necessarily recommend this approach, as your mileage may vary. However, I'm stuck in my ways and I refuse to change. That being said, I've now built up enough of the body that I can start to get into the finer detailing. I'll make sure the arms are nice and muscular, as well as positioned appropriately for a forward four-limbed sprint. The back legs are obviously much larger and stretched into an impressive downward-facing dog, so I want to make sure those muscles are incredibly well defined and look like they're being stretched to their limits. After all, if I focus intently on making sure his hamstrings are built like a bag of ropes, then I can pretend to ignore the Ken doll-esque backside that's been staring at me for days. With the limbs looking adequately swole, I can begin thickening up the torso, starting with the shoulders to allow for a future horse half to be attached, as well as give some extra thickness to his lower back and delineate his spinal column.
There's so much.
I happen to think a lot of YouTube sculptors get too focused on making sure their characters have ridiculous six-pack abs, whereas I like to give my creations a more attainable paunch. He is, however, holding a hell of a lot of weight on his arms, so he's going to need some pretty impressive pecs and strong wingsuit lats. Finally, I can give him a little belly button and a final smoothing, and it's into the oven to bake before drilling some holes between his shoulders so I can fit a length of wire that I can then wrap in more aluminium foil. This foil then can be covered in a thick layer of brown clay. I'll then blend the clay into the already baked body to get me a seamless joint, but I won't worry too much about the color
Hello, that looks delicious. Dude, it tastes so good.
fix this later with
I mean, it's just like, it's poke, but I mixed it a lot.
Pinch and pull and build up the tip
Let me drill
until
that
I've
chicken
got an
so
adequately
good, I'm jealous.
neck with a horse head on top. I'll start to blend it all together and get an
Yeah,
initial
drill that
horse head
chicken.
shape before adding some proxy ears to help me with positioning and proportion as I build up the rest of the horse head. Even with the ears in place, though, it'll take me more than a few tries
Horse
to
head.
figure out how to make a horse head, because horses are hella weird. Eventually, I got frustrated enough that I gave up on the head and started to refine the shape of the horse torso, marking out the shoulders and making sure the muscles of the neck and chest were well defined and blended cleanly. Then it's back to the head to pop some eyeballs in place, build up the area around the eyebrow and snoot, as well as cut a little horse mouth into the front. Much like the rest of the horse, the mouth was frustrating since no matter how many times I tried to make it not look weird, it looked weird. Then I looked up a bunch of pictures of horses and realized that their mouths are weird and mine was fine. At this point, I can then use my ball stylus to roll some lumpy textures into the flatter sections of the horse's face and round some of the neck muscles before popping the ears off to make them into their final form.
It's too bad. I hate Bolivia. Hey, boring guy. How are you?
Flat, oblong blobs of clay, then
Why do you hate Bolivia? I don't even know what that is.
Stick
Oh.
them back behind the eyes, then blend them in.
I'm just finding the
Give
edamame
my
beans.
horse have some front legs, so I'll cut 2 equal lengths of wire, and making sure that the camera is focused on the hammed up half horse in the background, I'll bend both wires at the same time to make sure their joints line up. I can then raise my
Would you
hand
like
slightly
one?
so the camera focuses properly and snip away the excess, leaving me with 2 extended
bad it's
horse
for me.
arms that I can then stick into the still soft clay of the horse torso, or the horso, if you will. Then
The
each of these
horso.
arms gets wrapped in a layer of brown clay, building up the muscle and blending it into the horso, as well as refining the shape of the hooves and adding all the lumpy little bits that make up a horse's leg. I'll then smooth out the muscle, add little skin folds here and there, and separate the hoof from the shin. With that, the horse legs are
Bolivians are very
looking good, but
unbearable?
my horse
Why?
isn't nearly muscly enough, so I'll add lots of little lumps of clay and noodly bits to the shoulders and back until they're looking adequately beefy. Although beefy is for cows, and according to some unseemly websites, horse meat is called chevaline, so until he's looking adequately chevaline-y, I guess? Finally, I'll finish off the head by adding some eyelids, and that's the horse half pretty much finished. All I need to do at this point is give the body some texture, which I'll do by way of copious amounts of isopropyl alcohol. The alcohol will soften the topmost layer of clay, smoothing out some of the unsightly tool marks and fingerprints, while the brush
Oh
will
my
leave
God.
lots of
Okay.
barely perceptible
I didn't
brush
finish
strokes
it,
that
but
are
I'm getting full.
perfect for faking super fine horsehair. Now, I've been staring down the barrel of this reverse Centaur's exhaust pipe for the better part of a week, and it's time to cover it up.
Corey, I'm
considered
here.
a pair of tighty whities or some polka dot
Finishing
boxers,
off
but
the
eventually
head.
settled for some good old-fashioned jorts. I have rolled out some bright blue jean blue clay that I'll use to piece
I don't know,
together
man.
my shorts. Once I've got
I
all
just
the
needed
pieces
something to watch
together
while I
and
ate.
covered the entirety of my Centaur's backside, I realized that these shorts weren't nearly short enough, so I'll cut away a fair amount until I've got a bit of cheek peeking out the bottom. Then I can blend and smooth all the sections together.
Oh,
Otherwise, all I
they come to
need
my
now is to
country
figure out how I'm
where they
going
have
to
everything for
texture
free, health, education, and other thing.
Fortunately, I happen to
But when you
have
go
the
to their
perfect
country, they want to
fabric
charge you for everything.
within reach. In a rare twist of fortune, I happen to be wearing pants today, which provides me with the perfect texture.
He's ruined his pants. I don't know if it was understood. No, I understood.
Once my jorts are jeaned up, I can
Yeah,
add
I
the
mean
stitching around the
that's
waist and
frustrating.
down the fly in the
I
front, then
don't know.
using lots of
I wouldn't
little
like that either.
duties, I can start adding wrinkles
me.
and folds everywhere I think a wrinkle or fold
Look up
would
2 ant
fall.
documentaries.
Trick is
Yeah.
Put on a pair of jorts and strike this exact same pose in the mirror. So
Hey
you've got a
man,
good point of
sometimes it just be
reference.
like that.
I'll follow everything up with another jean texturing to blend the wrinkles in, then I can attach a couple back pockets I cut out off camera. Same as the seams and wrinkles, the pockets
me.
get some texturing, and I'm ready to add the ripped fabric around the legs, which I'll do by
My
pulling in the
sody.
clay with a pair of
My
tweezers.
sody.
With the jorts done,
Maybe
I'm ready
put
to
that
add
through
the
the
meat. I
side.
do this by building up a couple layers of black clay, texturing as I go. By building up the layers, I can make sure that the lower layers get a decent amount of detail, and the topmost layers will help to give
Ben
my
10
meat
pants.
a nice flowy effect. Otherwise, once the horse head is haired up, I can add the finishing touches, hands and feet. To make the feet, I'll squish some big blobs of clay onto the exposed wire at the bottom, refining the shape as I go. I can then cut some toes into the front and remove the excess off the side, then using lots of poking and prodding and finagling, I can work my toes into
Does he eat it
toe
after? That'd be kind of funny.
I'll then add some gnarly toenails to the tips of
Do you think
each
I
toe
can
and
wear
finish
the
off foot
hoodie
with some
with-
balls blended in to make my
Like,
ankles?
with
For the
my
hands, I'll start with
headphones
another
on? I
little
don't
lump
think
of
so.
hand-sized clay that I can squish a set of 4 fingers and a thumb onto. I'll then
Oh, I
blend all
can.
this together and clean up the seams. Then, using my ball stylus, I'll add all the necessary lumps and knuckles, followed
Feeling
by
good.
wrinkles and fingernails. And with that, this reverse horseman is finished and ready for a glow-up.
Now it
Start
looks
by
like super
masking
big.
off the blue jeans, since I'm gonna be sponging and
Guys, I'm a
sponging, and I'd
frog.
rather not have to clean up the blue.
I feel great.
I'm going to be shading the skin tones with
feel
washes, but I found that
great
they don't adhere well
right
to unpainted clay, so I'll start by laying down a pale fleshy flesh tone over the pale fleshy flesh colored clay. The sponge will also add a little extra texture that I think works well for
I'm
the skin.
scared. I think I'm
I'll
gonna
then
fail
black out my airbrush
my
and building up
NHA
the
exam.
darker flesh tone that I want to layer over the lighter tones I applied with the sponge. While I've got the airbrush out, I'll also add a slightly darker
feel like I'm
coat
gonna
for
fail.
torso and head, then paint a nice black gradient over the nose, around the eyes, and along the snoot. Then I can completely paint the hooves black and build up a nice smooth blend into the brown of the legs.
Do
Add
not
some
fail.
contrast and texture to the
Easy
skin
peasy.
tones. I'll sponge once more over the surface,
It is not
applying a
easy.
little dusting to the topmost layer,
Nor
as well as
peasy.
doing the same thing for the horse half, but, with brown instead. To create the joint between man and horse, I'll stipple some browns and lighter browns together to create a sharper edge that I think looks better than a soft blended gradient. I'll paint the main black to give it a nice uniform base coat, then I can aggressively dry brush a couple coats of slightly lighter charcoals and dark grays.
Now I'm
before
just
adding
looking
some
at him
streaks
making
of
this
light
horse
gray
thing.
for highlights.
I think it's
Finally,
pretty
it's
epic.
time to peel the tape off the jorts and apply a thick coat of
The
dark
jorts.
blue wash to set my initial dark blue base coat and set the shading in all the wrinkles and recesses. Then once that's
that
had a chance to
homosexual
dry,
mountain
I'll
horse?
hit the daisy
Could
dukes
be.
with several aggressive coats of progressively lighter blue dry brushings before gently tapping the tips of the topmost wrinkles with a very light blue to show the weathered denim. Finally, I can come back with some washed out whites to paint all the torn fabric and add some extra heavy weathering along the seams and the wrinkles. Once the jorts are looking well worn, I'll use my finest tip brush to add some thin brown hairs along the forearms and the shins, and some teeny tiny hairs on the toes and feet. Then some watered down brown paint stippled onto the chest and belly will add some extra body hair. Now, at this point, you might be wondering why I would add a belly button but no nipples. Well, I thought I'd try something a little bit different today, so I waited until last and mixed up some terracotta paint with a bit of flexible paste. Then using my ball stylus, I'll poke my nips into place. And honestly, these are some of the best nipples I've ever made. What am I doing? To make his hairy armpits, I figured I could repurpose these tufts of grass. They're a little
What the
brown
fuck?
pieces,
For
so
the
I flash them
armpits?
with the airbrush to make them
Okay,
a little bit
if you say
darker,
so.
then I can dip them in a little glue.
No,
and
silly.
stick
That's
them
just
in
Chef
place.
Kittens. Oh my gosh.
Last but not least, once absolutely everything else is finished, I'll go back to the eyes and paint them so they are looking as oddly
It's glasses
set on as
time.
a horse's eyes are. Then I can coat them in a layer of UV resin so they're nice and shiny. And with that, We're all done here and on to the glamour shots.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till we finish this video and then I'm gonna go back to studying because I'm what? Come back to stream and just see someone poking nipples. Hey man, it is how it is. This is the welcome to the stream. I don't know why I stuttered so much. Now that is a horse. That is a centaur. That's what they should look like. Dear Lord. It's great. Perfect. What?
As always,
thank you for following.
Continue to support me despite my posting update photos.
Nightmare fuel. It's perfect. It's
compromising
perfection.
Positions. And a special hey, how are you to the newest of them, Kayla Smith,
Okay.
Brad Alade,
That's
Alex,
enough of
everyone
watching
knows
someone
your
else's
man,
content.
Probably Brendan.
Where
Elizabeth
did-
H,
Oh yeah, here it is.
Bell,
Okay.
Studi Kokar, Keek O, Mateus Dalameda, Huey.
We have to. Watching content is content itself, though. Especially like a media share streamers. Yeah, but I don't like doing it too much. I mean, I do it sometimes, but I try not to. If a phlebotomist blanks, he or she is negligent, does not obtain a specimen from a combative patient, fails to put the needle and holder in the sharps container, puts the bed rail in an upright position when leaving, or reports obvious change in the patient's condition. Fails to put the needle and holder in the sharps container. Which of the following would comply with the NPSG for correctly identifying patients? Using our current hand-hiding guidelines from the CDC and WHO, get important critical test and diagnostic procedure results to the right staff person on time, use at least 2 ways to identify patients when providing laboratory services, or ensure accuracy, consistency, and reliability of patient test results. I think it's drink water, it's good for your eyes. I'm going blind. Oh, I mean, I don't need glasses. These are for like these are blue light glasses. They're just like for screens because I get headaches if I look at screens for too long. Repeated centrifugation of a specimen can alter the test results, to deteriorate analytes, or result in hemolysis, or all the choices are correct. I think it's all of them. Yes. Which anticoagulant is contained in a plasma separator tube? Oxalate? Heparin. Oh my god, it's heparin. Is directly a very rare disease, but hey, I'm still alive. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're still alive. You always look at the positive. The test to identify an organism and determine an appropriate antibiotic for treatment is called a culture and sensitivity test. B-type natriuretic peptide is a cardiac protein? Enzyme or protein? I think enzyme. Or protein. Oh, fuck, it was hormone. B-type natriuretic peptide is a cardiac hormone. Oh, B-type natriuretic... BNP. The cardiac hormone produced by the heart in response to ventricular volume expansion and pressure overload. The first objective measurement for congestive heart failure. This test allows a physician to differentiate between CHF and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. What is the advantage of using a butterfly? Blood flows faster when done with ETS needles. Butterflies are less expensive than other needles. Butterflies make it easier to draw difficult veins. There's a greater choice in butterfly needle size. I think butterflies make it easier to draw difficult veins. Yes. Small size of the needle and flexibility afforded by the tubing makes the butterfly a good choice for drawing small, difficult, or hand veins. Which test was most likely completed before a patient has amniotic fluid tested for alpha-fetal protein? Test for presence of HCG? Damn it! Oh my god. AFP testing is initially performed on maternal serum, and if normal results are confirmed by amniotic fluid AFP testing. Okay, so first they do it on the serum, and then they do it on the amniotic fluid. AFP. Which of the following is a protein that is specific to heart muscle? BNP? DNT. Troponin T is a protein that is specific to heart muscle. It is measured in the diagnosis of acute myocardial infarction or heart attack. Ugh. I'm level 5 in Discord server. That means I'm pathetic. Gotta talk more. Gotta say more things. Protein specific to heart muscle is TNT, which is an abbreviation for a classification system that is only used to determine payment to hospitals for Medicare services. Still can't listen to you? What? Is it still too loud? Hello, hello, hello. There we go. That's probably good. Which is an abbreviation for classification system that is only used to determine payment to hospitals for Medicare services. PBS? APC, ambulatory patient classification method, was implemented in 2000 for hospitals and outpatient services used in determining payment for Medicare and Medicaid services only. DRGs and the International Classification of Diseases, 89, which are used in time designed for inpatient services only. Daily code ICD-10 PCS is replaced ICD-9. Which test must be performed on whole blood? CBC. Yes. Which one of the following actions points to negligence? Causing harm as a result of violation of duty, documenting an unusual happening during the draw, informing the patient of a scheduled lab procedure, or watching it for implied consent from the patient. Causing harm as a result of violation. What type of hazard is identified by this symbol? Biohazard. Which action is considered improper telephone etiquette? Answering the phone promptly, clarifying and recording information, hanging up on angry callers, prioritizing callers if necessary. Hanging up on angry callers. The spinal cavity is enclosed and protected by 3 layers of connected tissue called meninges? I think so. Yes. Which is the root of the medical term leukocyte? Leuk. Which of the following analytes can remain elevated for 24 hours or more after exercise? I think CK. Threonine kinase and lactose dehydrogenase. 24 hours or more. Decrease the potassium, increase the dexterity, return to normal after several minutes of rest. Okay, interesting. So I was kind of right, but I wasn't the 24 hours. Digestive system structures include the esophagus and salivary glands, neurulima and axon branches, seminal ducts and vas deferens, stratum corneum and papillae. I think it is esophagus and salivary glands. Osteochondritis is abnormal bone formation and growth, an inherited bone metabolism disorder, infection of the bone and bone marrow, or inflammation of the bone and cartilage. I think it was inflammation of bone and cartilage. Yes. Itis means inflammation. Systolic pressure means measures pressure in the arteries during ventricular contraction. The phlebotomist checks the procedure manual for the specimen requirements of an unfamiliar test and determines that the test is performed on serum. Which of the following tubes will produce a serum specimen? Red top? Yes. A patient's diagnosis is mitral valve prolapse. This means that the patient has a problem with the valve that is located mitral valve. Exit of the left ventricle? Between the left atrium and the left ventricle. Oh. Those two are next to each other. These two? I just got them mixed up. For a patient that weighs greater than 88 pounds, the recommended volume of the second blood to be cultured is 20 ml. True? Yes. An example of a QC measure in phlebotomy is checking the expiration dates of evacuated tubes, documenting every missed venipuncture, logging hours worked on your timesheet daily, or recording patient census daily on the computer. I think it's checking the expiration dates. This would contribute to the chain of infection rather than help break it. Implementing isolation procedures, keeping pathogen exit pathways open, practicing stress reduction techniques, or washing hands and wearing gloves. I think keeping pathogen and exit pathways open. Those are also entry pathways. The process of entering a password and gaining access to the computer is called logging on. Which of the following collection circumstances is least likely to delay clotting in a serum gel tube? To delay clotting. I think serum is chilled soon after being collected. Dang it. Utilizing red cells. Serum specimen may take longer than normal to clot completely if the patient has high white blood cell count or on anticoagulant medication. Oh, chilling delays it? Okay. Oh, I guess that makes sense. A difficult collection or hemolysis does not normally delay clotting. Which of the following is the abbreviation for a test platelet plug formation? BT. Bleeding time test. The C sounds like a hard K in which of the following terms? Cytology, choroidae, cell, or colitis? Choroidae or colitis? Colitis? Choroidae? Ah, damn it. True or false? Peak levels of cortisol occur late in the afternoon. True? False. God damn it. Cortisol with highest levels occurring in the morning. Okay. True or false? A microhematocrit tube is primarily used for manual potassium determination. False. A plastic or plastic-clad glass microhematocrit tube is used to collect and perform manual hematocrit packed cell volume test. Which of the following would be considered a normal platelet count? I don't know. 300,000. Jeez. Which one of the following, use one of the newer technologies, RFID, is emerging use of in healthcare as a computer programming for interfacing, method of specimen identification, mnemonic for strong disinfectant, or test code for chemistry analyzers. I think method for specimen identification. A typical needle used to collect blood from radial artery is I think 23 gauge 1.5 inch. Oh, 22 gauge 1 inch. Okay. This is the abbreviation for a test that can be done on plasma. Hemoglobin? PTT. Dude, I'm doing really bad, actually. During a radial ABG procedure, what verifies proper application of the anesthetic? A raised wheel? Okay. Interesting. Which tube does not require mixing? Red or light gray? Interesting. Non-additive tubes. Red, light gray, or mixing. Okay. Which laboratory tests are included in an H&H? Yes, hemoglobin and hematocrit. How large is a normal erythrocyte? I think 7 to 8 microns. Needle safety devices must allow the phlebotomist to safely activate it using both hands. Create a barrier between your user's hand and the needle after use. Provide temporary containment of the used venipuncture needle. All? Oh, gosh, damn it. I guess it's not a temporary. Transmission-based precautions must be followed for patients with highly transmissible diseases. A patient with a high degree of jaundice typically has yellow skin and sclera. Which of the following is an example of proxemics? Personal contact. CSF is the abbreviation for fluid that comes from the spinal cavity. Which of the following analytes is typically increased in chronic smokers? Oh. Bicarbonate? Hemoglobin. Oh, really? Interesting. I did not know that. Molecular tests can be used to classify the genetic makeup of an individual, determine increased risk of a certain disease, identify genetic changes that cause a disease. All, I think all. Yes. Results for this test should be normal despite a delay in processing longer than 2 hours. Pregnancy test? Yes. Which disinfectant is preferred by the HICPAC for use on surfaces and instruments? EPA registered sodium hypochlorite product. Yes. Substance abbreviated as HBsAg when detected in a patient's serum confirms active hepatitis B infection. Yes. A minimally invasive way of obtaining cells for DNA analysis is to collect a buccal swab, I think. Let's see how we did. 64. We got the same as last time. Dude, I feel stupid. I'm too stupid. I'm too freaking dumb. Ugh. Gotta keep going. I'm gonna study a lot today. In numerical order, the structures indicated by numbers 4 and 15 in this diagram are 4, 15. The right and left. Oh no, it's not that. It's not this one. Tricuspid valve and the aortic valve? Yes, I knew this one was the aortic valve. During normal respiratory function, bicarbonate ion acts as a buffer to keep blood pH within a steady range of 7.25 to 7.75? Oh, dang it, I was choosing between these two. I didn't think it was this. That's too alkaline. This is a smaller range, so I have to remember that. Which of the following is not a POCT analyzer? Ah, shit. I don't know. Spiky check. Lady. Back. I was just guessing. Fact alert. The oral glucose challenge test detects high blood glucose levels, is an 1-hour glucose screening test, screens for gestational diabetes. Are all of these choices are correct? I think all of these? Yes. Chemistry tests are often collected in heparin tubes to ensure adequate coagulation, minimize diagnosis potential, maximize diagnosis potential, minimize effects of hemolysis, reduce the turnaround time. I think maximize diagnosis potential. Reduce turnaround time? What the heck? Content can be spun immediately to obtain plasma for testing. Tubes increases the turnaround time, which is especially important for stat tests. This is an example of a pre-analytical error made at the time of collection. Delay in transporting, failing to mix tubes, incomplete requisition, or waiting to centrifuge. Failing to mix tubes. The most common needle size for routine radial ABG specimen collection is radial ABG. 22. Which test typically has the shortest turnaround time if performed by a point of care testing? PUN. Which of the following is proper neonatal ICU blood drawing procedure? Clean hands and put on new gloves for each patient. Do not awaken an infant to conduct this blood specimen. Place the phlebotomy tray next to the isolette. Or use povidone iodine to cleanse skin punctures. I think clean hands and put on new gloves for each patient. Tests are classified as routine if they are ordered for a collection of specific time and place in the course of establishing a diagnosis, to assess the patient's condition after surgery, or to specifically eliminate the effects of diet. Yes. Typically ordered in the course of establishing a diagnosis or monitoring a patient's care. After being discharged from the hospital, which service is least likely to be provided to a homebound patient who requires extended care? Least likely. Immunizations? Yes. The most frequently occurring laboratory-acquired infection is caused by HIV? HBV. Fuck, I keep getting these questions mixed up. HBV is the most frequently occurring laboratory-acquired infection. The correct order in collecting a blood culture is cleanse bottle tops, collect equipment, perform friction scrub, perform venipuncture. Perform friction scrub, select equipment, perform venipuncture, cleans bottle top, select equipment, cleanse bottle tops, perform friction scrub, perform venipuncture, select equipment, perform friction scrub, cleanse bottle tops, and perform, I think, yeah. Antidiuretic hormone is also called aldosterone? I don't know this one. Vasopressin. Oh, I was not going to guess that one. For which of the following tests would reference values be higher for capillary specimens than for venous specimens? Glucose. Which body organ is primarily affected in a person with pulmonary disease? Significant gaps in the quality of testing practices in physician offices resulted in the recent development of quality indicators. Good laboratory practices. GLPs. Lithium heparin is a suitable anticoagulant for which of the following tests? I think lights. A type of infection that can be spread from person to person is described as communicable. The pulmonary circulation takes blood to the lungs, and back to the heart. Of the following personnel, only a high school diploma is required for which one? Medical technologist? Phlebotomist? It may not even be required to show any type of certification or proof training to practice. What? These states require licensing of phlebotomists, and many employers require the phlebotomists to be nationally certified. Phlebotomists must have a high school GED from before. Regular phlebotomy program from minimum of 1 year. Medical technologists or medical laboratory scientists. Bachelor's degree or medical technology or medical or biological science. The laboratory technician. Have a minimum of an associate's degree or. Which type of cell destroys pathogens by phagocytosis? Neutrophil. Jeff, what's up? Can you hear me? Jeff, do you sign language because I still can't hear you? How can you not hear me? How about now? Can you hear me now? No, you're right, Goofy. I'm outside. Oh, okay. So I don't have to have. I'm at a bar. Why am I at a bar watching my stream? Okay, which of the following is not subject to quality control procedures by a phlebotomist? Patient identification, patient IV adjustment, phlebotomy technique, or specimen labeling. But I missed your stream from yesterday, so I still want to be here. Well, thanks for wanting to hang out. I hope you enjoy being here. I'm sorry that you can't hear me. I don't know any sign language though, so I'm sorry. I know bacon and cupcake and naked. I think I just like read those somewhere. I'm gonna say I'm guessing between patient IV adjustment and specimen labeling. I mean. Yes. A patient has an IV in the left forearm and a large hematoma in the antecubital area of the right arm. Best place to collect a specimen from by venipuncture is the right arm distal to the hematoma. Yes. Which of the following is a common arterial puncture complication even when the proper procedure is used? Arteriospasm. True or false? Some medical terms can have more than one word root. Yes. Which of the following is an enzyme that plays the major role in coagulation? Fibrin? Thrombin? Thrombin? Yes. Which of the following should be deleted from a list of required characteristics of a Sharps container? Deleted from list of required characteristics. Leak-proof, lid that locks. Puncture resistant, red in color. Leak-proof? Red in color? Should they leak? They have to be leak-proof? didn't know they had to be leak proof. Which of the following can be a member of the College of American Pathologists? CAP. Any pathologist, a recent pathology graduate, a pathology student at an accredited institution, or a board-certified pathologist and pathologist in training. Yes. Which specimen is ideal for most urine tests? I think 8-hour. This department examines specimens microscopically for the presence of crystals, casts, bacteria, and blood cells. Urinalysis. I knew it because of crystals. A glucose specimen collected in a sodium fluoride tube is generally stable at room temperature for 12 hours? I don't know. 24 hours. Okay, dang. True or false? EDTA is the most common source of carryover problems. True. It is unlikely that removing the stopper from a specimen will cause loss of ICA2? Yes. Which of the following factors is considered critical in understanding a diverse population's healthcare needs? Attitudes towards seeking help, knowledge of their customs, traditions related to healing. All the choices are correct. True or false? A tube vacuum may hold the vein wall against the needle bevel. Rotate the bevel of the needle and then remove the tube and pull the needle back slightly to reposition. True? False. Needle the vein and wall. Do not rotate the bevel of the needle without first moving the tube and pulling the needle back slightly. The vein may be injured. Okay. Lymphostasis is, I think it was obstruction of the flow of lymph. Either that or this one. I think it was this one. Yes. Which of the following veins are listed in the proper order of selection for venipuncture? Median cubital cephalic bacilli. Yes. Which of the following substances is an anticoagulant? Oxalate? Yes. To be considered computer literate, an individual must be able to explain how POCT instruments are connected to the LIS, design programs for job-specific problems in your area, perform daily QA documentation in database software, or understand the computer and the function it performs. Yes. Normal plasma is a clear, colorless, watery fluid containing about 10% solutes. Clear, slightly hazy, pale yellow liquid that is 90% water. Cloudy, completely colorless fluid containing 45% solutes. Slightly hazy, pale yellow fluid that is close to 55% water. This one? Dang it. Clear or slightly hazy, pale yellow liquid that is 90% water. Oh, okay. Which of the following specimens needs to be chilled? I think cold agglutinin. Cold agglutinin. Oh, fuck! It was ammonia. I'm stupid. I fucking... never mind. Which point of care test helps a physician detect low-grade inflammation even in asymptomatic individuals? CRP. C-reactive protein. I got this one wrong before, too. Change needed to the HAZCOM standard to align it with the globally harmonized system of classification and labeling of chemicals was decreasing known chemical hazards, eliminating paper safety data sheets, enacting new labeling requirements, or renaming every hazardous material. I think enacting new labeling requirements. Chef, I hope you're having a great night. I gotta go. Okay. I hope you guys have a good night too. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Which numbered arrows on the wait, did I answer? Enacting new labeling requirement. Okay. Which numbered arrows on the diagram of an infant foot points towards the safest areas for capillary puncture? 3 and 5. Which test was most likely completed before a patient has amniotic fluid tested for alpha fetal protein? Serum alpha fetal protein level. The Joint Commission's top national patient safety goal is to improve the accuracy of patient identification by leaving at least how many patient identifiers? I think 2? Yes. A very busy phlebotomist misidentifies the patient when collecting a specimen for transfusion. Previous diagnosis of blood type can cause the patient's death. The phlebotomist action results in injury. The action can be perceived as type of negligence, is also in battery, vicious type of negligence. The phlebotomist drew a blood specimen and immediately placed it on a 37-degree heat blot. Which of the following tests might it have been? Cryoglobulin. Modems and printers that work in conjunction with the computer are considered as peripheral. I think so. Yes. Okay, we did a little better that time. We got this. We can do it. My headphones came off too. Let's do this. I think we can do it. Okay, let's start the test. Okay. Okay, which of the following are part of APG collection equipment and supplies? Sharp, short bevel, hypodermic needle, lure lip normal cap, lure tip normal cap, identification and labeling materials. All of these? I'm not gonna see the answers. That kind of sucks. How do you know when you have hit an artery during an arterial blood gas collection? Flash of blood appears in the syringe hub. Blood immediately zips around the needle. The pulse in the artery becomes very erratic, or the syringe needle bends, going to resistance. Oh, that's kind of funny. Flash of blood appears in the syringe hub. Okay, this is the actual assessment test, or a fake one, but pretending to be the real one. The healthcare provider used an 18-gauge needle to obtain an arterial blood gas specimen? Which complication could occur because of needle size used? Damn, why'd you use an 18-gauge needle? Hematoma? Which of the following actions associated with the radial arterial blood gas procedure are in the correct order? assess, position, clean, filter, fill, expel. Clean, position, assess, filter, fill, label, expel. Label, clean. Sudden fainting during arterial puncture is called vasovagal response, caused by anesthetic use, related to hypoglycemia, triggered by hypertension. I think it's called vasovagal response. Significantly inaccurate ABG values can result from collection from a femoral artery, improperly applied antiseptic, microclots that are undetected, or testing with POCT instrument. I think microclots that are undetected. A hematoma has formed at the site of a brachial artery puncture from a triggered blood gas sample. What can this hematoma cause? Nerve damage, inaccurate blood gas results, development of bilateral circulation, or increased use of oxygen by body tissues. I think nerve damage. True or false? The normal needle size for ABG collection is 20 gauge. No, 22 gauge. In order to determine if the ulnar artery will be able to provide blood flow, should the radial artery become injured during ABG collection, the ulnar artery should be released while the radial is obstructed. Yes. A specimen collected in this type of additive will separate if allowed to stand. I think all of them? Improper handling or storage of evacuated tubes can affect all? Tubes designed by the manufacturer to be short draw are made to fill only partially. This part of the evacuated tube holder is meant to aid in smooth tube removal. Flange. The best choice of equipment for drawing difficult veins is a I think butterfly and an ETS holder. True or false? EDTA is the most common source of carryover problems. True or false? Contamination of blood culture bottles can lead to false positive results and inappropriate or delayed care for the patient. Yes. Lancets specifically designed for heel puncture reduce the risk of accidental puncture of the calcaneus. Which color-coded microtube would be used to collect a CBC? Lavender? Which microcollection container would be used to collect a specimen for a CBC? Didn't I just answer that? feel like I just got the same question twice. Why are capillary blood gases less desirable than arterial blood gases? I think all of the options are correct. Capillary specimens contain tissue fluids, arterial and venous blood, all. Which of the following steps should be omitted from infant heel puncture? Apply bandage. Not use a bandage. Which of the following would be least likely to introduce excess tissue fluid to a capillary puncture specimen? Selecting the first drop, pressing hard on the site, squeezing the puncture, wiping the alcohol dry. Wiping the alcohol dry? I feel like that wouldn't really do anything regarding tissue fluid. Which of the following capillary puncture techniques is incorrect? Discard equipment, packaging, and regular trash. Decision to site downward to promote blood flow. Place a lancet down into the skin so it does not slip. Tap microjuice. I think it's this one. Press the lancet down into the skin so it does not slip. You shouldn't use excess pressure. The antiseptic must be completely dried before performing capillary puncture to avoid specimen hemolysis, I think. Which of the following collection circumstances is least likely to result in delayed clotting from a serum sample? Collection was difficult with hemolyzing red cells, I think. An example of a pre-analytical error happening during specimen processing is faulty collection technique, inadequate centrifugation, insufficient specimen, or patient stress and anxiety. I think it's inadequate centrifugation. That's processing. A pneumatic tube is a pressurized air transportation system, temporary computer display storage unit, tube connection between tube computers, or type of collection tube for blood gases. I think it's pressurized air transportation system. The most common reason a patient must undergo dialysis treatment is end stages of renal disease, Parkinson's disease effects, problems with coagulation, or rheumatoid arthritis. I think end stages of renal disease. Which of the following is a test for the respiratory system? Arterial blood gas? It's either that or ETOH. I'm gonna say R2. T4 and TSH are abbreviations for tests that measure the function of the thyroid stimulating hormone. This is thyroid. Got. Which of the following are respiratory system structures? Bronchioles, lotus pleura. I think it's this one. Bronchus, mandible, phalanges, corium, cornea, adipose cells, neurons, meninges, bronchioles. Which of the following bones are categorized as short bones? Carpals. This body system is responsible for releasing hormones directly into the bloodstream. Endocrine? I keep forgetting what the endocrine system is. I'm not gonna look it up, that's cheating. This substance, secreted by the kidneys, plays a role in increasing blood pressure. I think uric acid. According to the CDC prevalence survey, how many hospital patients have at least one healthcare associated infection on any given day? 1 out of 10. Which of the following would be considered a healthcare-associated infection? I think a catheter site in ICU becomes infected. What did the Needle Stick Safety and Prevention Act direct OSHA to include when revisiting the BPP standard? The requirement to maintain a Sharps injury log. Which area remained the same when the Needle Stick Safety Prevention Act revised the bloodborne pathogen standard? Availability of vaccination against HPV for all employees. A nosocomial infection is one that is nosocomial. It's either this one or this one. I can't remember. All pathogens are microbes that can cause disease. A 12-year-old inpatient who refuses to have his blood collected was restrained by a healthcare worker while the phlebotomist collected the specimen. This could be considered an example of assault and battery. Malpractice is the claim of confidentiality, improper treatment, invasion of privacy. A phlebotomist explains to an inpatient that he has come to collect a blood specimen. The patient extends his arm and pushes up his sleeve. This is an example of implied consent. The definition of a minor is anyone who is not self-reporting, who is not of age of majority, younger than 18 or younger than 21. Is not the age of majority. What is the meaning of the word root in the term hyperglycemia? Sugar. Which prefix means through? Percutaneous. What does the abbreviation TNC? I think it's type and crossmatch. Which type of specimen is typically used for routine urinalysis? Recording? Is that at random? I don't know. With this type of urine collection involves the aspiration of urine directly through the wall of the bladder using a sterile needle and syringe. Suprapubic. Amniotic fluids comes from the sac containing a fetus in the womb. Which fluid is obtained by lumbar puncture? Cerebrospinal. Exocrine gland disorder that primarily affects the lungs, upper respiratory tract, liver, and pancreas is cystic fibrosis. A male patient has HCG in the urine. What could this indicate? Yeah, use a female's urine for the sample. That's the pregnancy hormone. How the hell do you have that? True or false? The easiest way to reduce stress in the moment is to pause whenever you are and take 3 deep and mindful breaths. How long before obtaining blood for testing should drugs known to interfere with blood tests be discontinued? 48 to 72 hours, I think. There's a bug. There's a bug in my room. Just a tiny one. It's flying around. Blood is drawn too quickly from a small vein. The vein will have a tendency to collapse. Disintegrate. Levels of this analyte can differ by 50% or more between morning and late afternoon. Cortisol. When a blood specimen is collected from a saline lock, it is important to draw 5 ml discard tube before the specimen tubes are collected. Specimens before other specimens are used later. Tubes per test in case one contains. This one. 5 ml discard tube before the specimen tubes are filled. Just to get rid of all the saline. You have no choice but to collect a specimen from an arm with a hematoma. Collect the specimen distal. Which of the following is a product of the breakdown of red blood cells? Bilirubin? The most common reason for glucose monitoring through POCT is to check for sporadic glucose in the urine, diagnose glucose metabolism problems, monitor glucose levels, diabetic care, or control medication-induced mood swings. I think it was monitor glucose. Exsanguination is life-threatening loss of blood. There's a fucking fly in here. I want to kill it. But it's like flying like a... It's like flying like around me. It's too far away. Which organization provides voluntary laboratory inspections and proficiency testing? I want to say CLSI. The Only Phlebotomist is an outpatient drawing center. In an outpatient drawing center, is not familiar with the test that a physician has ordered. What is the most appropriate action to take? Yes, refer to the procedure manual for instructions. Who is responsible for monitoring the centrifuges in a laboratory? Probably my biomedical department? I don't know. One way to improve quality is through compliance with and use of national standards and regulations, creating laboratory-specific standards and regulation, using difficult patients, or ensuring a non-rotating schedule of no employees. Compliance with and use of national. The purpose of the Joint Commission's Office of Quality Monitoring is to track complaints related to care, implement immediate response to safety issues, inspect healthcare facilities for accreditation, or set specific patient safety goals to improve care. Inspect healthcare facilities for accreditation. It's the Joint Commission, it's like what they do. I'm gonna kill this fly if it's the last thing. I don't think I got it. I'll get it eventually. Which pre-analytical factor that can affect validity of test results is not always under the phlebotomist's control? Patient identification, patient preparation, specimen collection, or specimen handling. I think patient preparation. Like if the patient didn't drink a lot of water the day before, that's not my fault. It makes it harder to get the blood, but it's not my fault. The proper site for tourniquet application is in the antecubital area for venipuncture is, I think this one. Which type of inpatient is most likely to have more than one ID band? Newborn? One for them and one for their mom? When is the best time to release the tourniquet during venipuncture? The last tube has been filled completely after the needle is withdrawn and covered. As soon as the blood begins to flow into the tube, as soon as the needle. I think this. An additive should be mixed after the next tube is placed in the tube holder. As soon as it is removed from the tube. Fuck you, fly. I'll kill you. I'm gonna kill that fly. This is the last thing. I swear to God. I'm thinking as soon as it is removed from the tube holder. A test that is ordered stat should be collected as immediately without any hesitation. It is important to mix anticoagulant tubes immediately after filling them to avoid microclot formation, encourage coagulation, or inhibit hemoconcentration, or minimize hemolysis. Think avoid microclot formation. Failure of the patient to follow required diet restrictions before specimen collection could lead to compromised patient care and treatment, erroneous and meaningless test results, misinterpreted test results by the physician, or all of the choices are false. A code is a way to convey important information without alarming the public, transmit messages over the facility's public address system, use numbers or words to represent important information, or all of the choices. Which test is commonly ordered for a geriatric patient to test for inflammation? I think it's ESR. Tests are classified as routine if they are ordered I think it's this one. Test requisition information must include the ordering physician. Which of the following diseases involves a bloodborne pathogen? That is B. Eligibility requirements for donating blood include 17 to 66 years, 110 pounds or more. Which of the following must remain consistent throughout an oral glucose tolerance test? Arm used for the draw, blood specimen source, position of the patient, or size of UCS tubes used. Oh, I think blood specimen source. You can't like switch to capillary puncture. That would be. Which test requires strict skin antisepsis procedures before specimen collection? I think blood culture. Which specimen sometimes requires chain of custody protocol? I forgot what ETOH is. Of the following tubes, which should be eliminated for use in collecting a blood bank specimen? I think lavender top. A GTT will most likely be discontinued if the patient vomits 15 minutes after the test starts, drinks water before or during the test, and is unable to iodine urine samples, or walks around too much during the test. I think it vomits 15 minutes after. Critical values or test values that are considered life-threatening are also called panic values. Which of the following additives prevents glycolysis? I killed it! It's on my desk now. It's like right here. I'm not gonna move it yet. I'm just gonna let it chill there. Electrolyte testing includes